Yo, 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 what's good? We are back. No, it's been a minute, but we are back. Episode 5. We got some good stuff to talk about today. Regarding the Melty Blood Type Lumina update that I did get to play around with last night. That game is looking pretty good. I cannot complain. We'll get back into detail about that a little later and talk about the upcoming Tekken patch. I believe it drops tomorrow. Think it drops tomorrow. But first, Combo Breaker actually just dropped the numbers of the entrance of all the games, and if y'all have never been a Combo Breaker, y'all definitely should go to Combo Breaker one time in your life at least, because that is still my favorite tournament that I've ever been to. I've been there multiple times. I think 3. I think. I haven't been there in a couple years, so. But Combo Breaker is an amazing tournament. So I wanted to look at the numbers and kind of talk about that first, because some of the entrants are a little shocker to some people. Some people are like they probably expected that. But yeah, let's talk about that. All right, so of course, Tekken 8 is on top. Makes complete sense. Like that one definitely makes a lot of sense. That Tekken 8 is currently on top of the leaderboard of entrants in Combo Breaker. At 1,620. That's a lot of people. The game is new, so you already knew people were going to show out for that game specifically. Street Fighter 6, of course, is second. I knew Street Fighter was going to either be first or second, so that makes a lot of sense as well. Street Fighter 6 has 1,432 entrants, which is very good. So after that, we take a drop in entrance, which next is GGST, which has 863. So not in the 1,000 mark, but not bad at all. 863 players is still a lot of players, especially for Guilty Gear. That continues to get updates. I know Slayer is coming out. I don't know when, but the game is constantly still growing simply because the support, and they keep supporting the game. They keep adding more characters, all that good stuff. So the game is definitely eating. Now one that puts a smile on my face is Grand Blue, 4th. Out of every game, it's a lot of games listed. Grand Blue is in 4th place with 674. That is amazing, because the fact that Grand Blue went from a game that literally kind of could not hold its weight with entrances because of how bad the online was, to now having rollback and being able to compete with the best. That is impressive. Completely impressive. And I'm happy for Grand Blue, because there's a lot of people that I know that I competed with over the years that are also competing in Grand Blue, that with 674 players, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know 674 players played before, so that game is definitely eating, and that just goes to show you that rollback can make a game way more popular and even more big offline as well as online. So then we got Uni 2. 606, very good. Very good. Especially for a game like Uni. Again, that the newer version came out and it's eating good. Like, 606 is very, very strong. Especially, it's nice to see anime fighters, on top and doing their thing. You got literally Guilty Gear, Grand Blue, and Uni 2 all near each other. That's super impressive. But yeah, Uni with the newer version, it sparked everyone's interest to come back and really play the game serious, and you can actually, get good practice online and train. So Good for Uni. I'm guessing a mystery game is the next one, which is 512. Mystery game has always been pretty hype at that tournament. You just never know what the game is. It might be 007, might be Mario Party. Like, it could be anything, but that makes it fun because you just don't know. Smash is 405. So right after Smash, this is the one that a lot of people are talking about on social media. MK1 has 274, which is a shocker because when you think about it, Mortal Kombat rivals Street Fighter. It always has rivaled Street Fighter, and it'll always popularity, as in like casual, like in a casual sense. Mortal Kombat, I would say, is even more popular than Street Fighter in a casual sense. And somebody will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but MK usually outsells Street Fighter. I know MK11 outsold Street Fighter 5 for a fact. MK1, I want to say it did outsell Street Fighter 6. I could be wrong, but I want to say it did outsell Street Fighter 6. Just because it's Mortal Kombat. So, popularity-wise, there's a lot of players in the world that have MK1. I just think that they fumbled the bag on the game in general. I think that they messed up somewhere where it's not as appealing. Because, to be honest, like, MK11 to me still looks better presentation-wise than MK1. MK1 is fun, but presentation-wise, it definitely doesn't look better than MK11. MK11 looks officially more like a Mortal Kombat game. MK1 does not look like really a Mortal Kombat game. It looks kind of weird. I don't know. It's something about it. But 274 is a huge L because of this is, the first. And Combo Breaker is always a big tournament for NRS. And for it to have 274, that's very disappointing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what went wrong. Exerd has 238, super impressive. Exerd is still alive, and it does have rollback. Like, people cannot forget that it does have rollback. So if you ever want to play the game, you can still load it up and play in a almost lagless environment and have a lot of fun because there's still a lot of active players playing that game. Third Strike 221. Third Strike, it's funny because Third Strike just doesn't die. Like, it just stays alive. A lot of people just play it. A lot of people play it. I remember when I went to Combo Breaker one year, I was playing Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2 and Soul Calibur 6, but just being able to enter Soul Calibur 2 was really fun because I never played it in tournament. And I actually got top 8. So it was always fun playing those old games and kind of exploring that. Melee 194, KOF 187. KOF is in a weird spot. It's a really good game. It's just that it's kind of like if you play KOF, you play KOF. If you don't, you don't. That's kind of what it comes down to. It's like if you play KOF, you play KOF. If you don't, you don't. But it is a really, really good game, to say the least. Skullgirls 167. Marvel 164. So those are really close. Marvel is still active too. I just wish there was a way to play Marvel without having like Parsec. Because if there was like an active way to play it with like lagless, without having to do Parsec, then that'd be dope. BBCF 159, DBZ. Now DBZ is a big flop too because that game was supposed to be the game, and it was for a couple years of when it came out, and now it just flopped. I don't know. I think that I don't know if the developers don't care anymore. I don't know if they are waiting for a new version to come out. I don't know. But I don't think that the game should have flopped. It should definitely be up there with like Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear, all those games. It should literally be up there with them and not at the bottom of this list. because it's literally right next to Ki, and Ki has been out for so many years. That's crazy. And Ki has 139, DBZ has 146. So yeah, it's crazy. Melty actually has I skipped over Vampire Savior. Vampire Savior has 117. Melty has 103, solid. Especially with the update coming out, it'll probably make more people want to play. But 103 is pretty good, solid. DNF 61, and yeah, I'll stop right there. So the winners definitely Tekken and Street Fighter, of course. The big two. But yeah, MK1 flopped. And I hate that it flopped because I actually like NetherRealm games, but it's just something about this one. And like I said, I actually liked playing it. But a lot of people don't like playing it, obviously. Because I don't even think it's a traveling issue. I just think that people don't like playing it. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people just play it because that's all they can play. Some people play it because that's all they got. You know, and some people play it because they genuinely enjoy it. So, whichever category that person falls into. Next, let's talk about the Tekken update. So, I believe the Tekken update drops tomorrow, probably at a weird time. But regarding the Tekken update, so there's a lot of people happy about the Assassina nerfs or whatever, including myself. I thought that she didn't need really nerfs, just like maybe like tone a couple things. Like if they would have just changed maybe like the running attack and that's it, not touch anything else, then that would have been fine. But over nerfing the character is critical, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, this character's done. She's dead." Blah blah blah. I'm here to tell you that the character is still gonna be top 10, no matter what, because the moves that she has on her move list that people don't use are actually good. Should be getting more usage because she has a lot of moves that are good. She has a lot of ways to get plus frames while Rising 3 and 4 3+4, I believe. She has a lot of ways to get plus frames and a lot of good counter hit buttons, 1+2 down 4-3, stuff like that. Like, so she'll never be bad. And she could still be top 10 even with those nerfs, because a lot of those nerfs you don't even have to do those moves. So she'll still be up there. And I think that people just see nerf, and they think characters are dead when all you have to do is use the rest of your move list and the character will still be viable, like hella viable. And in that patch, the biggest winners will be Leroy and Zafina, who got hella buffed, like Omega buff. They got buffed so much to the point to where I know I'm gonna play with them and see what's up a little more, because I already played with Leroy, but Zafina, I tried her out and I was like, but now with all those buffs, once you see plus 22, like you have to try it out. Like, why wouldn't you? So those two are definitely the winners of the patch. Assassina, the loser of the patch, but I definitely think she'll still be up there in tier. I just think that people need to explore more of her moveset and like stop crying. Of course, like Dragunov and Fang got nerfed as well. Some of those are kind of like a slap on the wrist, but I think it'll be easier to defend, at least against specifically Dragunov. Less plus frames, so you'll be able to at least sidestep and move around a little bit more. He's definitely still gonna be like top though. Like it doesn't matter. They didn't touch enough for him to not be top. Still gonna be top. Same with Fang. He'll still be top. Like those characters are just really, really good. And you'll probably see more characters move up because they didn't get touched, like Lily and like Alyssa and stuff like that. You'll see them go higher, Reyna, stuff like that, because they didn't get touched, so they'll just, you know, skyrocket to the top for sure. And while we're on the topic of updates, Melty Blood Type Lumina, a game that a lot of my community follows me from is Melty Blood. Even though I played like every fighting game, a lot of people know me from Melty Blood, especially because most of my YouTube is Melty Blood. The game got an update, and I'm gonna just get right to the most important part. Shield nerfs are like really, really, really good in that game. Some people are saying like they don't like the scaling. I love the scaling. There's no way that a random option should take your life bar. Should not. And now the shield options are a little less random because, for example, like let's say you shield A back and I shield your shield A, it is a guaranteed punish. I get a guaranteed punish. Guaranteed hit. Same with B option. Now you cannot reshield on shield B. So I can, when you shield B, if I shield your shield B option, which is the vanish attack, if nobody knows, if I shield your shield B option, I get a guaranteed punish. I could do a BC, I could do a A, I can do whatever I want. Guaranteed punish. And same with BC. Like, I don't know if they really changed BC because I've been out of the loop for a minute, but I didn't see it in the patch notes. But if you shield somebody's BC, it's way easier to just BC them back. So I don't know if that was another patch or what, but every shield option literally has counterplay now, and every shield option can easily be stopped. And I think that that's super important. It makes the game way better and way less random because, you know, finding somebody and they randomly shield you and get a follow-up, it sucked. It really sucked. So now I think players have to think about their options a lot more. And also I just think that the game is in a way more stable situation versus like scrambly as hell, where a person can just randomly shield you and like randomly kill you. Especially because the scaling nerf. So I like that. A lot of characters got tweaked, and maybe for the better or for the worse. Specifically, I know Vlov has like a cross up that I saw that looks really cool. Mash looks like she got some buffs. Aki looks like she does more damage. Maids are very interesting because now I can actually shoot specific items out depending on the direction I hold. So I like that. And that's kind of the only changes I saw, like specifically just saw. And I know like Solo Hisui and Solo Kohaku got both, especially Kohaku. She has some pretty cool stuff solo now. So the game is going in the right direction. Probably like if they keep doing things like this, then like I said on that tweet I made, this game could probably be perfect. It's just the scrambly factor of the game. You kind of have to accept that part. If you can accept that part, you can play Melty Blood. But it could kind of get scrambly. But they're going in the right direction. I think they're listening to us. So you should just keep voicing your opinion and saying how you feel about the game, what you want to change, because they're definitely listening. They have to be. Now all I want from the game is literally DLC characters. That's literally all I want. Once I get some DLC characters, I'm good. That's all I can ask for the game. Now, in regards to me competing again, or am I gonna be playing the game serious, or what's going on with that? I'm going to play the game here and there. I don't think I'm gonna be on it all day, every day like I was. Of course not. Because I'm still playing Tekken. I feel like I will stream it probably like once a week at least, or 2 times a week. Depends on how much fun I start to have with the game. Am I gonna start competing again? I heard the PC port is fixed, so I might enter like some, Monday Night Mash Fest or something like that, just to kind of like test the waters. Because I do miss competing in the game. It's a fun game, but I don't know how hardcore in competing I'm gonna go. I don't know about that, but I'm gonna play. I'm gonna see. But that's it for that. I just wanted to cover those topics before I actually stream some Melty Blood type Lumina and play around with the update, run some sets, and have some fun. So as always, thank y'all for tuning in to the podcast. This is episode 5. We're doing these weekly, at least once a week. The days have kind of changed. I think I want to focus on like a Monday or a Tuesday, because Sunday, like usually stuff comes out, like an update will come out like after that Sunday. So I just want to cover like all the good stuff. So I don't want to miss out on something and have to wait a whole week to talk about it. So probably Monday or Tuesday. I'll try to get a set date, but it's just really hard with, you know how life goes. So I'm just glad that y'all are here for the podcast of episode 5. And yeah, we're about to stream some Melty Blood. So stay tuned. But thank y'all so much for watching episode 5, and I'll see y'all soon.